Welcome to the Deep Dive. Okay, I want to start with a question for you today, something that feels, well, really relevant right now. In this digital age, where basically all music is just instantly there at your fingertips. What if that amazing convenience means we're missing something important?
That's a good question. You mean beyond just having easy access?
Exactly. We're talking about streaming, obviously, it's super convenient. But there's also this, growing movement, isn't there? People making a really passionate case for physical media, CDs, vinyl, tapes, saying it's still valuable, maybe even necessary.
Yeah, and it's not just looking back fondly, it feels like something more, like a reevaluation of how we actually connect with art.
Totally. So for this deep dive, we've got a couple of really interesting sources lined up. First, there's Stub Lee. He's a musician, a storyteller, and he has some really deep thoughts on his own musical journey and, how technology changed things.
Okay, Stub Lee. Got it. And the second source.
That's a breakdown from the Jukebox History YouTube channel. They lay out some very concrete reasons why actually owning your music physically might be more important today than ever before.
Ah, interesting. So kind of the philosophical and the practical side by side?
Precisely. Our mission today is to dig into not just what physical media is, but the why. Like, why does it hit differently? Why does it matter for the artists themselves? And what does it even mean to, own art now? Okay, ready to unpack this?
Let's do it. That difference between just accessing something and truly owning it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels key. And Stub Lee's story sounds like a great place to start, grounding it in real life.
Yeah, absolutely. His early life, it shows this really active connection to music. He wasn't just listening passively. He talks about, digging through record bins, waiting for those Columbia House mail orders.
Oh, I remember those, taping songs off the radio too, probably.
Exactly. Singing in church, playing air guitar. It was a whole active pursuit. He was learning music, not just hearing it. He mentions learning from John Denver's Simplicity, Boston's, perfect production, Black Sabbath's heavy sound. Music could whisper or wail.
Right. And what really stands out is his idea that music is just everywhere. In church, sure, but also like the rhythm of a washing machine. You just have to learn to listen for it. That really frames it differently, doesn't it? It's about discovery, not just consumption.
It really does. But then he talks about how somewhere along the line, the noise got louder than the music. Technology brought all this convenience, sure, but he thinks it came at a cost.
What kind of cost?
Well, think about it. Those big 12-inch vinyl records, the artwork,
Right.
they got replaced by smaller cassettes, then CDs, then just streams, files.
Right. The physical object itself shrunk or vanished entirely.
And he points out algorithms started picking music for us instead of us choosing albums, playlists, instead of a deliberate listening experience.
Yeah, that tactile feel, the ritual of putting on a record that kind of faded.
He admits he loves the convenience of digital stuff. He's not totally against it, but he's really clear. He doesn't want to rely only on the internet for connection, whether it's with music or people.
That makes sense. Using the tool, but not letting it be the only connection. So what does he propose instead?
Well, that leads him to this idea of building a home for that kind of music, a space for how it's really enjoyed. Think like impromptu recordings, sessions on the front porch, songs written down in pencil. Raw, real stuff.
Okay, less polished, more authentic.
Exactly. And he says this isn't just a brand. It's not a platform or a content strategy. It's a porch light.
A porch light. That's evocative, like an invitation, warmth, presence.
Yeah, I think so. A contrast to the kind of cold, algorithmic feel of streaming, maybe. A place for real sharing.
And that connects to his idea of music as gospel, not religious, but like truth.
Yeah, truth ringing out when someone dares to be real, flaws and all. And this is key, he insists. This isn't nostalgia, this is reclamation. We're not going back. We're digging deeper, to the roots, with soul as our compass.
Reclamation. Digging deeper. So if it's not just nostalgia, what is it satisfying in us? Why do we need that porch light now?
That's the perfect question. And it sets us up nicely for the Jukebox History perspective, which gets into the really practical reasons why physical ownership matters so much now.
Okay, moving from the soul to the nuts and bolts.
Kind of. And they point out this isn't just a music thing. Think about video games.
Oh yeah, how so?
Well, you know how hard it can be to play classic games? Companies like Nintendo often keep old games locked away or put them on subscription services. They really fight against emulation.
Right, so if you really love an old game, owning the physical cartridge or disc is often the only sure way to play it long term.
Exactly. And it's the same in the film world. Movies vanish from streaming platforms all the time because of licensing deals, or you need like 5 different subscriptions just to watch what you want.
True. It gets expensive and annoying. TV shows disappear too, even digital books. There's that slight worry, could they just disappear from my device?
It really broadens the conversation, doesn't it? It's about our whole relationship with media we care about.
Okay, so Jukebox History lays out 5 main reasons for physical ownership. What's number 1?
The big one, just plain ownership. Simple as that. When you have that CD, that vinyl record, that tape, nobody can just take it away from you.
Unlike streaming, where a song or album can just disappear overnight.
Right. Or, if your old computer dies and your digital files weren't backed up properly, physical is just there in your hands.
But, playing devil's advocate, physical media can get damaged, lost, scratched, warped.
True. It has its own risks. But the difference, Jukebox History argues, is control. You control its fate, mostly. You store it carefully. Maybe you even make a digital backup yourself.
Okay, I see. With streaming, the control is entirely with the platform and the licensing deals. Like when Neil Young and Joni Mitchell pulled their music from Spotify.
Exactly. If you didn't own their albums physically then, you were suddenly out of luck on that platform. You had to find it elsewhere.
So it boils down to control versus just renting access. Digital companies often prefer we rent, right? Pay monthly, keep us hooked.
That seems to be the model. Okay, reason number 2 they give is collectibility.
Ah, the joy of the collection.
Yeah.
Seeing them all lined up on the shelf.
Yeah. There's a real personal satisfaction there, isn't there? Building something that reflects you, your taste.
Definitely. It's a comfort, too. And maybe it helps with that feeling of being overwhelmed by infinite choice on streaming, like option paralysis.
Oh, I know that feeling well. Scrolling forever, not picking anything. A physical collection is more curated, manageable. It's your library.
And people are clearly responding to that. Look at vinyl sales. Even tapes are making a comeback for some releases.
Yeah.
It taps into that desire to curate something tangible.
Okay, reason 3. The extras you get. This is a big one for me.
You mean like the album art, lyric books?
All of it. The full artwork back cover, inside panels, those cool gatefold, lyric sheets you can actually read properly. Notes about the artist, the recording.
Yeah, stuff that often gets lost or minimized in digital versions. Think about a big, detailed Led Zeppelin gatefold. Or remember those Tool CDs with the 3D lenses?
Exactly. You just don't get that sensory experience from a tiny thumbnail on a screen. And lyrics.
Yeah.
Sometimes the digital ones are incomplete or just, basic compared to a thoughtfully designed booklet.
It encourages you to engage more deeply, doesn't it? Explore the whole package.
For sure. Now, number 4 is really important. Supporting the artist and local businesses.
Right. We all kind of know streaming platforms don't pay artists very much per stream, sadly.
It's notoriously low.
Right.
But when you buy a physical copy, especially a new one, a much bigger chunk of that money actually goes to the artist.
Which helps them, keep making music. And if you buy directly from their website, even better. Albums, merch, like T-shirts.
Yeah,
That's often the best way to support them financially.
definitely. Plus, you get to support your local record shop, keeping those places alive, fostering that community connection. It's about sustaining the whole ecosystem, really.
It's like voting with your wallet for the kind of music world you want, not just feeding the big tech platforms.
Well said. Okay, their 5th and final reason is maybe a bit more psychological. It helps you value the music more.
How so? Because you spent money on it?
Partly, yeah. Spending actual money on one specific album, maybe even having to track it down. It makes you appreciate it more when you finally have it.
That makes sense. Less disposable than just clicking add a playlist.
And physical media often encourages more active listening, doesn't it? You're more likely to sit down, put on a record, look at the artwork, really listen, rather than just having it as background noise in the car.
Yeah, it counters that instant gratification culture. Making a bit of effort makes the reward feel richer. You build more of a relationship with that album. It means something.
So when you put it all together, Stub Lee's search for soul, for that porch light, and these really solid practical points from Jukebox History.
Yeah, a clear picture really does emerge. It's not just about avoiding streaming problems. It's about choosing a different kind of engagement with art.
A deeper one, like Stub Lee's idea of a table we gather around, where music is shared authentically. It's about valuing presence, intention.
Over just passive consumption. It's choosing to make sure the art you love stays yours, physically and maybe emotionally too. It's a more active choice.
So this deep dive, I think it really shows that physical media isn't just some quirky alternative. It offers real ownership, that whole tactile visual experience.
Direct support for the creators and the community around them, and yeah, arguably a more profound connection to the music itself.
So as we're all navigating this world of subscriptions and access that can feel pretty temporary, here's a final thought to chew on.
Okay.
What other parts of your life, maybe beyond just music, could benefit from that same kind of conscious reclamation?
Mm. Moving from just renting or accessing things towards truly owning them, from passively consuming to actively engaging and appreciating.
Yeah, something to think about maybe as you curate your own world.